I think we can all agree. Saban rails, best rails. Hey everyone, welcome back to Jaraci Cup 8. We're continuing our coverage of the upper bracket, moving to the, I think this is quarterfinals B, I think? But, nah, who cares. Gonna be between Cookies here playing Saban and MarchWaden as the Coalition. That'll be fun to see, a bit of CBS action here. I know MarchWaden has been playing a lot of ConF recently, but he's also been dabbling in the Coalition forces here, and so he is gonna pick that. I'm gonna sneeze, 1 second. Oh my gosh, I didn't sneeze, it didn't happen. Anyway, Cookies is gonna have the first pick here, so he picks Saban. MarchWaden picks Coalition into it, so it's definitely intended. Bans the Boneyard, actually. It's kind of an interesting map ban, because most players are usually pretty comfortable playing on that one. Cookie's gonna ban Torn Crater. He picks the Shallows, MarchWaden picks College Teeth, and then KT Alt. Cookies picks Galzian Territories, and MarchWaden picks Firebase Krill for the last map. This series, kind of like the last one we cast, which was, obviously was No Fun versus Moose. If you haven't seen that one, definitely give it a look. It was really, really cool. But this one also could go either way, but again, MarchWaden, you should say, is the favorite for sure. But Cookie's no slouch either. He managed to take a game off of Sparrow in the group stage. That's obviously no small feat. And he's just generally been playing better and better as time goes on, so I'm really excited to see what he can pull off here. He's got this kind of noxious color scheme, though. Looks like it's production upgrade fast for him here, and he's got LAV Fab coming. He has one guy on RUs there. Gonna get this other guy long distance mining onto CUs. For MarchWaden, I guess it's kind of a similar deal. He's got LAV Fab anyway, but he doesn't have the production upgrade just yet. He's got more salvagers though. And yes, I'll still be casting, because this series will take like 1.5 hours probably. Any person who tries to do build order is an up-and-coming top-tier player in my eyes. Yeah, I mean, frankly, you're right, A-Game, because like one of the problems is that a lot of players who are new, they'll just die straight away to like a bad build order, right? So, by the way, it's actually going to be a support cruiser here from Cookies, so I'm not sure exactly how I feel about it, but I mean, it could be okay. He has got the production upgrade. He can get a lot of LEVs out, but I feel like the support cruiser could have been faster if he just wanted a good timing on it, instead of getting the production upgrade and LAV Fab first. 24-hour marathon? I've done that before, I'll do it again, but not today. That's for sure. That was a lot of fun, though. Sometimes I still can't believe I've actually done a 24-hour stream, you know what I mean? Like, but... looks like the first contact gonna happen here now, as MarchWaden shows up here, sees that carrier moving out, so he knows there's a support cruiser. Doesn't necessarily know about 2 production upgrade just yet. He's actually going to move over to the back line. But this is a very, very good targeting jammer here, and actually the ALM is going to slow down the units as they try to approach it as well. MarchWaden probably going to lose the base runner here. This shouldn't get out. And I don't think Cookies really needs to react. Yeah, Cookies doesn't really need to react too heavily to this, because he can just kind of bring a couple of LAVs over here that he builds, and he'll probably be able to hold this with like an SC, LAVs, and that ALM. Maybe he wants to move that support cruiser over though so that it can heal the ALM there, because obviously he could lose this otherwise. Oh, it's getting low though. Yeah, so he does actually lose the ALM. That's kind of a nice pickup for MarchWaden. But at the same time, Cookies that is able to stop the extraction from getting out here, so he's going to feel pretty good about that. Now it's about time to pick the auxiliary tech here, and MarchWaden's already flipped into AV Fab here, getting that production upgrade too. LAM? Yeah, well if you look at it, there's actually a hill there, so... yes, I can hear it too. I don't have any other music playing. Or, like, when I'm streaming and I play music as well, I can hear that also. It's louder in my ears, though, because, like, on OBS Studio, I have the desktop audio set down to, like, half. Oh, you mean A-Game. Looks like it's Railfab here, and Assault Pack is coming out for Cookies as well. Because it's awful. Oh, serious shade. AVs are out now for MarchWaden, so he's not going to take too much pressure here, but Cookies has actually stopped him from holding on to that second base, but a little bit of indecision here. He probably wanted to run around this choke. He takes a lot of damage on the backline. Amazingly, though, these LEVs not getting killed, so... Second support cruiser's out for Cookies as well, so he can move up onto 3 base now if he wants it. He's got rail tech also. So, I mean, we can obviously see some railguns being built here if he wants them. And that'd be pretty good to fight against those AAVs. Of course, he has Saban as well. We were talking about Saban rails before the cast started. They're obviously pretty darn good, I think we all agree. Only thing he wants to do then is just keep up the pressure without losing units. But if he lets this AAV suppress, yeah, this LAV is probably dead. Actually, it gets out though. These LAVs from MarchWaden can't really contest. There's no upgrade leads, so it's just 3v4. And actually, damage upgrades are coming out for Cookies now too. But he's just making LAVs. Like, I'd love like one railgun here to just at least get Sunder on those AAVs, right? Because they're going to be at the base. I guess to be fair, like the carrier can kind of do it too, but I really don't like relying on the carrier to be your only method of fighting these AAVs here, especially because MarchWaden can attack in 2 places at once. Still no tech from him, by the way. He also hasn't gotten heavy vehicles armor too, so to be fair, when that Sunder hits, those AAVs are going to be at very low armor. Just rely on the carrier. That's interesting. AV tech as well coming out from Cookies. And that could be good because you can get the armor upgrades for the, You regret this map. As the map author, that hurts. But you could do with building like 1 or 2 railguns here, and then the AV tech is going to be really good for getting those armor upgrades, make them not get killed by his opponent's AVs so easily. I like this double grouping of LAVs though. He's got 1 on this side, 1 on this side, and he's on 3 base, his opponent's only on 2, so this feels good for Cookies. Fighter gunship coming out from MarchWaden, he will have to watch out for that. But he needs something now to deal with these AVs here that are going to be attacking on the flank, right? Damage 2, that'll be nice, but he really wants to have like a railgun or 2 to get that Sunder. This is a bit of a weird line of sight deal going on over here, though. Heal beam's just now hitting. Aw, haven't I heard, eh? Well, the problem is he doesn't have armor 2 here, but I guess with damage 2 finishing, though, he actually can't really push on this position terribly well. Well, these LAVs apparently have got high ground, too, so yeah, MarchWaden actually repelled here. That's pretty nice for him. These LAVs on the backside really just want to get a bit of damage on the eco, but actually look at this. He's gonna catch air tech if he's looking for it. I don't know if he saw this, but that air tech did just finish, and he should have seen it if he was looking. So be interested to see if he gets some anti-air tech here. It's gonna be a gunship for MarchWaden. That's obviously what you would expect. He wants to kill off those LAVs, and if he can, the AVs, of course, can drive in as well. It's not really anything to stop them. But he could also really do with just getting more armor upgrades here. LAM. Just Carrier's legacy will live on, man. With a username like that, I mean, you know he means business, right? Look at this, MarchWaden didn't just lose a salvager, he's only had 3 mining here for like who knows how long, actually. Huh. Looks like MarchWaden also going into ACs here, but clearly Cookies did not notice that there was air, because he would be doing something about it right now. The double gunship is going to launch now, so this is going to chonk these LAVs really, really hard here. No option for an anti-air turret post either, because this base printer is new, it looks like. Magic Cell coming out then, he's going to build a couple railguns, but once he sees these gunships, he's going to have to get anti-air stat. And I think maybe getting Assault Cruiser anti-air is not the worst option in the world, but probably he just needs missile batteries, to be honest. Targeting jammer deploy here would be really nice. Yep, there it is. Okay, he can actually kill these AVs now, but the gunships have something to say about it. Smoke would be really nice to just buy some time here. Looks like he doesn't even need it, look at that. Massive damage there by those gunships. And now the AVs have no contest at all. Yeah, if he knew about air tech, I'd say Mag Excel definitely a mistake. But in that case, he should cancel it right now and get something else. But wow, what a reveal. He probably killed like, I think he killed like 10 LAVs there. And then he also got 2 of the RU salves on the main. That's really good damage. Yep, it's Assault Cruiser anti-air is what he's gonna get. Okay. That can work, like I said. But he has to... Oh my gosh, yeah, he does. That can work, but he has to build Assault Cruisers pretty much right now as well to get that running for him. He does flip these guys to RUs, that's what he ought to do. The thing is, assault cruisers are really heavy on RUs, so while he's not building them, getting LEVs up would be a good choice. It's also a bit low tempo though, so as you can see, like obviously these strike fighters are out. And they're gonna have something to say about this third base location here. Well, not only teched an AC, he's also got the anti-air upgrade, but he hasn't built any yet. He really needs those ACs. Teching missile battery also not bad, but you gotta build those ACs, right? I mean, that's a must-have at this point. Strike Fighter's just doing what Strike Fighters do over here. They're having a field day. And the thing is, that double gunship's gonna be ready to launch against. These LEVs are still wanted men. Okay, here we go. Finally have this AC building. You want to get this guy back onto the base. Uh-oh. He's straying a little bit too far now. But I mean, it's imperative he gets this anti-air net set up as fast as he can. But if these LEVs are driving out here, I mean, what do you think's gonna happen, right? It's just gonna be deja vu, right? Uh-oh. This is actually even only one of them. Yeah, there's the second gunship. But the second gunship will similarly cause a bit of melting action to go on, so... Well, he managed to kill those two LEVs, to be fair, but down he goes. That's going to be quite a slaughter right there. Yeah, that third production upgrade probably should have been coming a bit earlier, I suppose. The thing is, this is one AC. That's not very much anti-air. You need missile ships. And your opponent's got two ACs here too, so this carrier power play is not going to work either. He's teched really wide, but he hasn't built any of these units that he's teched to. My plan is to get the gunships to kill themselves. Oh, you mean on this base? They do a little bit of friendly fire, but units that have AoE have a modifier in DOK, so they don't do as much AoE to their opponents as they do to you. Or to, yeah. Yeah, but as you can see, AC is going to be probably able to fight here pretty well from MarchWaden, and that support cruiser's there too. So, oh, you're kidding. Well, now I look like a fool. But yeah, he's able to take that trade. Doesn't even lose the AC. Double heal comes out too. And at this point, things looking really, really dire for Cookies. And yeah, MarchWaden's right about that too. He had the support cruiser repairing them, so. Actually, it doesn't, like, it looks like it hardly does anything, because obviously the AoE from the gunship is quite low against friendly units, as all AoE sources are, but also, you know, he's got, that support cruiser healing him, so. Yeah, I mean, AC anti-air could have worked too, to be fair, but, like, you had to build him a lot faster, so. The thing is that what would really have been game-changing is if you had seen the air tech when you came around here, because the LEVs actually scouted it right as it finished. And if you had seen that, you could have had missile batteries out, and then that would have been enough to cover the LEVs. Missile batteries, rails, and LEV will push on this army that MarchWaden's got, but... Which, by the way, is starting to look a little bit scary. He's got 3 assault cruisers moving down off the back line. He's gonna take out this support cruiser as well. Down it goes. Oh, you need 4 of them to like, one-shot a carrier, but this carrier is already injured, so... I think we're about to witness an AC one-shot here. He's waiting. I don't know what he's waiting for. I'll just use it. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, check this out. Boom. Well, it's not actually as low as I thought it would be, but still pretty freaking low. LEV's gonna jump up here to try and capitalize on the Sunder from these railguns. They want to target this one, though. Oh, the map's fault. Well, hey, you picked it, so... Oh, man! Oh, the carrier does go down before these guys are in. Although the strike fighters could have finished it off, so it's not like he was gonna survive here anyway. But I've gotta say, really well played by Cookies in a lot of ways. Up until, like, the transition to late game, he was actually winning. He got to 3 base a lot faster, and he was taking really good trades. Only problem was he actually saw that air tech with the LEVs, but he didn't notice it, so... And then after the gunships came out, just not enough anti-air, I guess. Still, though, dying to anti-air is a mistake that every player makes every now and then, so... Or dying to air, that is. So we'll jump into game 2, and I expect he won't make the same mistake twice. I've decided this will be the last cast of the day, actually, by the way, so... I'll be leaving after this one. I hope that laugh is not meaning that he is going to die to air again. But we'll just have to see as the series develops. It's definitely a distinct possibility, I guess I'll say. But it's College Teeth for Game 2. This one going to be MarchWaden's pick. Seems to really like this map. I've seen him playing it quite a lot. Normally he's Conf, of course, and you know Conf Siege very good on this map, but ACs are a pretty similar unit. I would not be surprised to see him using those on this map. For now, though, it's going to be SC first to start it out, and Cookie's going for a bit of an LAV pressure, as he does have, actually, he's got 2 guys on RUs. That's kind of interesting here, but he's got the LAV fab started quick. Oh, okay, I take it back. It's actually AAV rush. I think maybe his timing could be slightly faster, but it's pretty good. Okay, so he's got the AAV tech started at like 29:10, I think. MarchWaden with a base runner retired here. That gets him a really, really fast SC. Whoa. Okay, I guarantee everyone in that carrier just died right there. If he needs to move the carrier to second, that's actually kind of an odd thing to have done as well. But that's okay. The thing is, he retired the base runner though, so there's not going to be any scouting here. And there's also not going to be any turret, mind you, as well. So if Cookies just goes straight out here with those AVs, he could actually do a lot of damage here. He does have that rally set. Building 2 LAVs as is customary. Yeah, I like this. This is obviously a build that can really be punished. By the way he types ... though, I'm a little worried that things are not going to work out for him. But we'll just have to wait and see. AV fab done now. So we'll probably start building them immediately, yep. Gets that armor upgrade as well. Now, of course, you can wait to get the armor upgrade till they're like at the base, but there's not really any reason. I think if you get carry production upgrade, you'll run out of resources, so best you just get that. AV fab started for MarchWaden now. So 50-second window, basically, that he has to get across the map, and he's gonna, nice. He's gonna have this AV here in about 20 seconds, right? So, oh, not to mention, of course, one of the AVs actually has to build as well. Yeah, so he can get some pressure here with this AV then. Just means to be seen how well it's going to go for him. Production upgrade on the way now for MarchWaden. And I really like, though, Cookies is not waiting. He's just going right back in. Score is 1-0 to MarchWaden. Cookies actually had a really good mid-game, but then he died to air. Didn't quite catch it. These AVs here are going to get spotted now by the LAVs. At that point, oh, he didn't see them. Oh my gosh. He drove up like right to the edge, but he didn't actually see them. Okay, that's big. MarchWaden gonna build a second SC. Okay, so he still thinks that this is gonna be a game that he wins by like getting more eco, but there's actually AAVs out. He sees it now. I imagine he cancels that SC and starts building AAVs immediately because he knows about these guys, right? At least he should, I think. Yeah, okay, he's building an AV here. I don't think he canceled the SC though. Okay, so the AVs are gonna get in then. And I mean, they're gonna do some good damage. They'll hold him off of main at least for a while. Not to mention, if Cookies chooses to tech to armor 2, which would be a really good choice here, he can actually hold on this attack for a long time. He's built an SC though, that's what he ought to do. Wants to bring that carrier out here. Yeah, this is gonna be Salvador's dead. Look at this. Okay, well really nice then by Cookies. He's gonna want to smoke this AV who's hitting him. Oh, he's just gonna smoke himself, that works too. Then he wants to come in on this side as well, bring this guy in also. Oh no, the SC is misrallied though. Oh, and if you can get this logistics module, actually that's kind of a big deal too. I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't hate seeing him focus that down. But look at this, the salvagers are just getting chunked here. Really, really good control by Cookies. Yeah, I was about to say again. He gets all of them off the main line. That's so good. Okay, and now he should grab this logistics module on the way out if he realizes, but he may not have seen how low it was. Really, really nicely done. Great job. Production upgrade, give me a must-have now. And I would still like that armor 2 though on the AVs, but if he had gotten armor 2, maybe he would have actually been able to stick in a little bit longer, but he's done the damage. His eco is definitely ahead at this point. The only problem is that his opponent has more SCs than him, but he's looking good. He's looking good. Production upgrades on the way as well. That's very nice. And MarchWaden has to rebuild his base here, so Cookies is gonna have the army advantage, which means that he can still fight if he chooses to like be up there in the midfield. This guy really didn't take much damage, so I would just send them both up to like that choke point and try and contest it. And getting armor 2 before your opponent might be a big deal also. But that production upgrade is done now. He's got the money for armor 2, so I'd love to see him go for it. Either that, or you can get a second tech here. I mean, ACs are obviously good on this map always. Go for it. Do it. Actually, I guess he's pop capped as well. Yeah, look at that. It's very, very fast ACs from MarchWaden here. Yeah, I mean, Cookies actually could have gotten the tech even faster if he wanted it, but, like, obviously it is a little bit interesting to go for, you know, that quick. Okay, here we go. We have armor 2. Good. And he is building base runners also. Now, the thing is, the ACs are going to beat the AVs generally with, like, equal units and all that. But this targeting jammer could be big if he saves it. Whoa. Oh, I sneezed. If he saves the targeting jammer for those ACs, he could go big. He could, AC, like, targeting jammer the AC, and then his AVs just kill it. By the way, right here, he's got armor 2. He wants to take this fight. He doesn't want to back away here. It looks like he's going to run off, though. Doesn't feel confident taking it. There is actually a bit of veterancy over there, so I guess that could maybe have made a difference, but... AC tech coming out from Cookies now. I love this LAV right here, just trying to make sure he knows that, you know, his opponent is not on 3 base, but he also has that ping there. He probably sees that this carrier is driving out. At least he knows something is driving out. I guess he wouldn't know exactly what it is. Mr. I see everything caster. Well, the thing is, I would have driven in there, but then I probably would have lost units for nothing, right? So, Base Runner can grab this artifact, which might be nice, but the thing is, yeah, look at this. Cookie's patience is definitely paying off, because look at what's happening now. He's actually got, like, no defense on the backline as MarchWaden. He's actually got the armor advantage, too, Cookies does, right? Oh, no, actually, it's armor 2 for both sides now, but... yeah, this is gonna be bad. This is gonna be really bad. Power 1 coming out for Cookies also. Now he's getting ACs. Maybe he could just go straight into, like, railguns instead, but... I mean, at any rate, look, he's killing everything back here. I mean, this is going to be no eco follow-up, which generally means that you win. So, this base runner might die before he can drop the TJ, though. That's kind of okay, though. If you can get, like, one more base runner, though, I mean, you can imagine these base runners will make a big difference in this play. If you can kill that Spore Cruiser too, this is something that MarchWaden wants to use later. Yeah, he does get it. This Spore Cruiser has to evacuate the base also. And the ACs are going to come back. Okay, so he's buying a lot of tempo like this. The base runner can drop a targeting jammer right here, actually, and just, like, slow them down a little bit. Yeah, I'd like to see that. Just slow them down just a tad. If you can get this extract out, right, it's a really big deal, so... yeah, so right now you want a targeting jam. Yep, there it is. It's a little bit misplaced, though. Yeah, he's not going to get out with this one. You can see how close it was, though, yeah. If you just put the jammer, like, right here instead, I think you would have stopped it. AVs, meanwhile, they're not really going to be able to trade here, especially bunched up like this, because they take the AoE. So, they're going to go down. But there's still time to tech into... there's still time to tech into, Railgun. So... yeah, definitely. But I think it actually maybe could have extracted, though. Oh, yeah, look at that. He's going into Railgun tech. Okay, I like this. Getting another SC. He's getting 2, actually. That's also really good. I think, again, though, base runners actually might be a good call here, because the base runner can targeting jam those ACs and keep you alive. So you might want to consider just building, like, one of those in this kind of situation. Yeah, it is, because MarchWaden is making this very all or nothing. He doesn't have anything to follow up here, but he could still win this. All or nothing plays sometimes work out. This ALM here is actually doing wonders. He can missile barrage this right now. Oh, he misses the window for that kind of, because if these guys get here, if they triple missile barrage him, he'll die. Okay, he really needs to boost out now. Use that overcharge and get out of here. Oh, he's not using any ability at all. This is really bad. Oh, jeez. Thing is, he can't stop and heal, because once he stops to heal, he'll just instantly die. Okay, railguns are coming out, though. And all of these ACs are really low, too. Just, you really want to set that rally back, though, just to make sure those rails don't get themselves killed once they spawn out. ACs do be healing here. This carrier moving to the front line really makes me nervous, though. You want to keep this guy back. And then Mag Excel, probably a good call, too, if you can have the money, but it is an expensive tech, so... Yeah, this is getting pretty Monka-esque right here. I don't like the rails targeting the carrier. I think you really gotta fight these ACs here. Oh man, they're up in his face now. You want to power up the weapons now. It's on the SCs. It's gonna just dunk them here. Oh jeez. Down go 2 of them already. And he's not gonna finish this kill on the AC either. That coalition carrier is gonna drive up here. He's feeling fine about this. Oh man. Yeah, I don't know. I think MarchWaden's got it. There's still a world where Cookies can win this, but it's gonna be tough. Yeah, that missile barrage coming out to just dump damage on the carrier now. And that coalition carrier is on top of these railguns. It does kill him pretty slow. It doesn't have a whole lot of power, but he is gonna kill them. Heal ability actually used on this AC here, and I think he actually out-heals the damage. So this is really good for buying time. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, MarchWaden's unit preservation here is uncanny. He hasn't lost a single one yet. Okay, there we go. First AC finally dies. So good from MarchWaden. I think like Cookies when the ALM stunned that AC right here, he could have barraged it and probably killed it off right then. And if he had done that, obviously now we're only fighting 2 ACs instead of 3. I think maybe he wins that fight, but dang. That's unfortunate though, because like Cookies was like owning him with those AAVs, and that was like perfect control there. Yeah, but it just wasn't enough. And MarchWaden gonna take game 2 as well. Really nicely done. I feel like both of these games, Cookies has had the better early game, right? He's kind of taken a lead against MarchWaden, but then MarchWaden, he's always had this kind of killer instinct, I've noticed. He has a good idea of like when he can... How do I say? He's got a really good idea of like when he can go in, and so he makes these all-in plays and he makes them work. And yeah, A-Game is right about that too. Because like coalition power plays are just so common, right? At any rate though, on Kalash Teeth, where the rush distance is very long, where the rush distance is really long like that, I think that you can get rail tech once you see that carrier out there. Yeah, but you went for the cruises instead. The thing is, I think it maybe still could have worked, actually. Just if you had, like, more of the ACs. Because obviously the eco is totally wiped out there. And then that artifact could have extracted too, but also having a base runner there to drop a targeting jammer, that would have been huge. So I don't know, I still think it could have worked, but... It was tough, though. I mean, that's what I said, like, MarchWaden, he really is good at, like... saying, okay, well, my win condition now is to go all in, so I'll do it. And he's good control in those moments. He tends to win a lot more games than you expect from behind, where he'll just jump in and kill you. So yeah, it's because he had like 2 actually done before he even moved out, and then he had the money for a 3rd, I guess. Definitely, yeah. I think he could have held 2. This is gonna be SC first this time, by the way, from Cookies, and I guess MarchWaden as well. MarchWaden does that base runner retire once again though, so he's gonna get ahead on eco this way, but he has a bit of a vulnerability in mid game, like artifact pressure and in being attacked early, it seems. But question always, of course, is how is Cookies going to exploit it? Sometimes you let people get away with this; it's kind of hard to punish. Probe's gonna come out though, and that's definitely the first move. He wants to see if that, you know, he wants to see what build MarchWaden is doing, and he wants to see if that base runner is still out there. Well, I don't know. I mean, base runner retire can be really risky if your opponent chooses to, like, AV rush you, for example. And it will get you ahead on eco, so if people don't punish you, you're going to be feeling good about it, but, like, if they do, you're going to be feeling really bad about it, I guess. Yeah, and he's going to see, okay, this is base runner retire for sure, so... He can match this just by going greed and saying, hey, my opponent needs to needs to get defense and I don't because I know that he doesn't have anything, whereas he doesn't know what I'm doing. Either that, or he can go for like maybe AAVs or rails or something, but we'll see what his plan is. At any rate, when you see no base runner for your opponent, I might move this base runner out here and try and get that artifact out. But yeah, if he's going to double down on greed, actually this is the right call to leave it at home, I suppose. MarchWaden going crazy greedy here though, look at this. He's going straight for another SC. I mean, if Cookies was teching AAV Fab, he'd have one coming out like right now. Off of SC first, right? Like not a rush. And then, yeah, MarchWaden would just die, I think. This is like insane greed here. To be fair, he's got this LAV to like see, so he has like a window where he can... He has a window where he can like stop if he doesn't want to, but I don't know. This is risk for sure. AV Fab coming out now actually for Cookies, so he's going to get that tech eventually. Actually, air might be really devastating here as well. Oh yeah, MarchWaden is going for air. Okay. This Salvager here actually awkwardly a bit idle. You can't justify that. Probably gonna see that LAV here. He knows about him. He wants to just send these two out here to try and kill off. Yeah, you will. Oh, look at that. The ALM even gonna catch him, so that's gonna be a confirmed kill. Doesn't even get to see the AAV text. That's quite nice for him. Part of the plan is leaving this guy idle. Well, okay, I guess he can justify that, huh? No. But since it's going to be 4 LAVs out here, and then he moves into another SC, he plans to get up onto his third base. Another base runner coming out, though, I really like that call, especially because, as you can see, MarchWaden is going for air here. But with the base runners having pretty decent anti-air on their own, and being able to set down that turret, you can really fight against air as Coalition, just using LAV base runners, so... Justifications denied. Prill's still looking around to see what he can see. This is actually the moment he wants to be on the carrier to see the tech, but unfortunately he's not going to be there. It's just strike fighters for now being built, and AV Fab going to be teched by MarchWaden next. This logistics module in a bit of a greedy position actually might be punished here. It looks like the strike fighters are going to launch for it. The thing is, once he does, I imagine Cookies drops an anti-air turret post because he's not going to be interested in losing LAVs to strike fighters for nothing, obviously. But he will get that first artifact out. Missile Battery Fab teching for him, so he wants to get a bit more hard anti-air. Yeah, he does set down that turret post. It's up now, firing those missiles already. It's actually going to be a kill on a strike fighter already. Okay, quite nice. Second base runner actually hitting this strike fighter too, so he's really got to make himself a bit scarce here. Only problem is he doesn't have any ground army left. This probe here really kind of flirting with death as well. Yeah, it looks like the strike fighters are going to take it out. Second artifact picked up here though by Cookies. And MarchWaden just doesn't have any ground army to contest, so it doesn't kind of matter for Cookies that he doesn't have any ground army at the moment. Support cruiser anti-air actually going to be the tech choice. That's kind of interesting to see. And it's like these strike fighters want to contest the base runners, but like I don't know if they can do that really. 2 base runners is already quite a lot of anti-air. And if they ever get too close, this anti-air turbo is going to start getting kills. Yep. Yeah, this guy's dead. Actually, he just dies straight to the base runner. Okay, so MarchWaden gonna not be able to stop these extracts, and he does lose 1 strike fighter. The thing is, you say you're traumatized from the last game, so you're trying to get as much anti-air as you can. But I mean, look at it, he's going for bombers. You've got SC anti-air, you've got missile batteries, and these anti-air turret posts. So this is not bad. And MarchWaden, realizing he can't do anything about the extracts, wants to attack on the other side, but hey look, there's missile batteries, so he can't do that either. This is really good from Cookies. This is kind of shutting down everything MarchWaden wants to do before he really has a chance to do it. Yeah, you know the only thing he's missing A-game is Assault Cruiser anti-air, right? But I'd love like another support cruiser out here and then bring the carrier out here and then use those BCs. I think there's a real window to actually get some kills here. And by the way, I did notice the BC tech really, really fast. It's a bomber. There's actually... Oh man, he's queuing up all of the bombers. Wants to keep these missile batteries safe, though, of course. Let's see. Doesn't want to lose them for nothing. 1 base runner is going to get sniped here. But yeah, if the missile batteries are alone, then the bombers can just kill them on their own. So you want the missile batteries together, where the bombers can't come in to kill them without getting sniped themselves. He doesn't know about bombers yet, though, of course, so you can't really blame him for that. But the bomber gonna use his bomb on an anti-air turret post. That's a little int. He reveals the tech here, so Cookie's gonna know, okay, we got bombers actually to deal with. And he doesn't even kill the turret post, which is pretty funny. So put all my missile batteries on top of each other. Not exactly like that, but here comes that first bomber. But he may get the kill here. Oh, one more shot, he would have killed that bomber. It doesn't quite get it, though. Oh, he does! He gets the bomber. Second bomber here as well. Uses its bomb on the turret post, but I don't think he's gonna get away here. This guy might be dead, too. Oh my gosh. He loses 2 bombers. Oh, that's so big. And the gunship's now here trying to attack the main base eco, but there's 2 gunships here as well. And SC anti-air is firing on them, too. Wow, this is crazy. Okay, so the air from MarchWaden is really getting thinned out a lot, actually. That's true, yeah. Sometimes it's hard to tell that you've actually gotten kills. I don't know what this gunship is doing, by the way. He probably could have escaped, but... Bomber here now trying to stop this extraction, but I think this one gets out. Second bomb may kill the space runner, but... No, it doesn't. He's got a third bomber, though. Bomber after bomber after bomber. Turret post actually attempting to get set down here, but that bomber is going to kill the base runner. So no turret post either. SCs are coming out now, or BCs that is, but he needs actually more anti-air, surprisingly. I would just keep spamming missile batteries, because right now your opponent's entire anti-air, or your entire army is just air, right? So if you just keep getting missile batteries, I think you're going to be in a good spot. And to be fair, support cruiser anti-air are not going to do terribly here either, but it doesn't really kill bombers, so the missile batteries are more important in that way. Of course, fighter and gunship is always a choice as well, but it's a little hard to transition into it, so... I didn't realize how far you'd taken this. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's not common. Gonna want to do a little carrier rotate here before the BCs pop out, but it's not the biggest deal in the world. Yeah, well, you're right to pressure. You're right to pressure. Just more missile batteries would be nice, though, because obviously these BCs do have a vulnerability against bombers. Otherwise, there's not really anything that MarchWaden can do, because if he doesn't manage to kill these BCs with his bombers, he just kind of dies. It's a little risky to pull the Swan carrier out like this, though. You see what I mean with this damage, though. One BC gonna go down here, but this bomber will probably die for that run. Yep, down he goes. And a lot of strike fighters getting lost here too. Actually, this is the last air unit. It's gonna kill the other BC though. Can it dock even? It's gonna make that awkward pass here. It makes me a little nervous every time, but it looks like he is gonna dock this guy. Oh man. Okay, he does get out. BCs are spawning though, and MarchWaden's carrier is really low here. And if that bomber launches again, it's pretty much instant death, because there's 4 missile batteries, 2 support cruisers, 1 support cruiser. Actually, that might be nice to build some more SCs here. But these BCs are going to do big damage here. I think it's a bit of a mistake not to prioritize the railguns, though, because if you can kill those off, you know, you kind of guarantee the win here. Missile battery's actually driving up, and they're going to drop the mortars on them. Oh shoot, MarchWaden's not paying attention. It might not matter, though, because I think that this carrier is going to go down. Actually, all the railguns managed to dodge there. Yeah, bomber didn't even get to recharge, but if it did, it would just kind of instantly die, and MarchWaden does indeed fall here. And I think it was the support cruiser that killed the carrier, actually. Did you see it gain veterancy there? I think it just killed the carrier. That's pretty funny. But Cookies is going to take game 3, so he is not out of the series just yet. Yeah, he wasn't gonna die to air again, right? After game 1, you know, you don't let it happen twice. Let's jump into game 4 here then. Still advantage to MarchWaden. Scores 2-1 to him. But Cookie's gonna be nice knowing he's won that last game. Next map gonna be GT Alt, of course. Oh, you meant to pick Tight End Passage? That's kind of funny. That's pretty funny. But we have a carry production upgrade coming out now for Cookies. The one with the hills. Well, you know, this one's got hills too, to be fair. This one's a LAV... No, it's actually SC second? Huh, this is kind of weird. I've never seen this before. He's gonna get a Sport Cruiser queued after the production upgrade. But as for MarchWaden here, it looks like this is SC first from him, right? Wait, what the heck is happening? I'm so confused. He's actually going, like, 10 up here? I'm so confused. I've not seen either of these builds before. But he does have the production upgrade done, so Cookies can start building salvagers already. I don't know, I think it slows down your economy, but I might be wrong. I mean, I've never done the math on it, because I didn't really think it was a build. Maybe it's worth looking into. For sure what MarchWaden is doing is a little weird too, though, because he goes like 10 up here, which is crazy. Gonna want to get this guy back to work, probably. You can't justify that. Oh, I see. It's because of the shortness of the distance between the mats here. Okay, well maybe that does make sense then. And MarchWaden going for another SC, so again he's going to go with this really, really greedy eco opener here. He also retired base runner, mind you, but he threw the probe out this time, so he didn't want to get caught by some kind of a rush build. The thing is, though, like, the probe can't really give actionable intelligence at this point because he doesn't have any tech, right? So if Cookies had been here right now with AVs, probably MarchWaden would die here. Yeah, I was about to say the same thing again. At least he has the probe, but it's not really going to do that much if his opponent actually tries to attack him. It's going to be straight to fighter and gunship from Cookies this time, and it's straight to railgun fab from MarchWaden, which is interesting. LAV here wants to hunt down this probe, but he can't really quite catch it, but he does at least screen it from getting into the base. This LAV over here, meanwhile, is just going to try and scout. And MarchWaden actually, looks like he's making this a carrier play. He wants to, like, he wants to push off of 2 base and, like, try and kill his opponent straight out. I mean, this would be the map to do it, but I just don't know if, like, he really has that much of an advantage in terms of economy, right? Like, I don't know. This could go badly, and if fighter and gunship is out... Oh, and not to mention it's been scouted now. So fighter and gunship will come out from Cookies. He can build a couple strike fighters to kill off his opponent's railguns, and then he can just get rail fab, and he'll probably be fine. So I don't know. This doesn't seem terribly convincing for MarchWaden, but you never know. I mean, he's won games like this before. Looks like he's actually just going to go out here and fill up his third base for now. And Cookies has the opportunity to go to third base as well, but I don't think he even really needs to. He is going to do it though, and it is a pretty safe choice, so I don't hate that at all. Big thing though is when you see your opponent's carrier out in the middle like that, you want to try and keep vision on it. So have this LAV, like, he doesn't know where it is right now. So have this LAV kind of plunge in, see if you can find that carrier, and if you can figure out where he is, you won't be surprised by that play. Oh boy, tack bombers. Well, you know what? This could work actually, because obviously if MarchWaden goes for... Actually, I really don't know what he's doing now, because he's backed off his carrier power play. But if MarchWaden goes for this carrier power play, then like the tack bombers actually can do really good damage to carriers too. And they just shut down any attempt to get anti-air up, so it's really a strong punish to that kind of a build. What confuses me though is this AV tech. I feel like MarchWaden isn't actually doing this, but I can't really tell what his game plan is here. He is building base runners, that's what you would do. Strike fighter's on the way now for Cookies. Power 2 coming out. Now Cookies is gonna snipe this artifact here, which is good for him. He may lose this base runner though. Well, there's no base runner inventory, so actually he can probably just run it here. If MarchWaden decides to try and stop that, he's gonna have to spend so much time trying to like get after it. And then these LEVs here, meanwhile, they can actually fight these base runners. I'd love to see him do that, but getting this targeting jammer is really kind of a good idea. Oh, railguns are out, okay. So targeting jammer deployed right here would be really, really nice. Oh, no. Oh, he didn't throw the targeting jammer there, so he's actually going to lose this base runner here. The LEVs, meanwhile, seem to want to attack the main base, but they should go over here. The LEVs want to stop these base runners from getting out. To be fair, though, I think the bombers can do it, too. When this carrier gets in here, though, he's going to need to have as many bombers as he can get, so... If he goes for eco at any rate, he's definitely going to lose, and that's why these LEVs probably a mistake. They can't actually finish off any kills anyway, see this? Power 3 coming up from MarchWaden now, but the bombers are going to be done soon. Here come the strike fighters. Or no, that's actually a bomber launching. So I think the first thing he ought to do is try and stop these extracts, actually. I know, like, it's really, you want to kill that carrier, but, like, he has total air superiority, like, it's unmatched right now. His opponent is not even gonna... doesn't even have, like, an attempt to, like, get anti-air here if he kills off these base runners. And so eventually this carrier power push will fail if you just focus on stopping him from getting any anti-air. Because, like, see how this base runner is coming to, like, drop a turret post? You don't want to let him do it. You want to kill those base runners first. And SC already goes down for MarchWaden, though. Or for Cookies, that is. But yeah, strike fighters, they really want to focus down these base runners now. This is kind of a must-do thing. Oh boy, making me real nervous here. He does get one extract out now, does MarchWaden. Now he's got to watch out for this turret post, too, though. In fact, this might be a dead strike fighter already. By the way, I'm not sure if you noticed this A-game, but anti-air turret posts are getting high ground. We need to address that, I think. But power 4 coming out from MarchWaden now, and these base runners have set down the turret post, so he's kind of stabilized here. Uh-oh. I mean, I really don't think MarchWaden should be able to win like this, but I think he's going to here. Battlecruiser... Oh, no, that's from MarchWaden. Okay, I was like, Cookies, you can't do that. No, he's getting rail fab, which I get. He actually probably needs another bomber, though, because maybe he can still kill this carrier. Power and armor are going to be really good. Yep, he does do that. Okay, a missile battery's out, so he wants to target that missile battery as fast as he can, right? Because if the missile battery lives, that's kind of like MarchWaden's way to get back into this game. No, I really think the bomber needed to stop the base runners, and then it can focus on sniping missile batteries whenever they come out. But I don't know. At this point, it's still not over. These bombers can still kill this carrier, maybe. MarchWaden's getting low here. But Cookies is out of money is the other problem. So he wants to just keep shadowing this carrier, right? If he can kill these missile batteries, it's really big for him. Yeah, keep chasing that carrier. You can probably kill him here. Here come SCs, though. That's definitely what MarchWaden needs to get healing up here. Oh man, that carrier's really low, though. Missile battery is going to go down now, so there's no more anti-air. Question is, does MarchWaden out-heal the bombers? I think he does, so he has to kill these support cruisers first, then. Oh, man. Yeah, and that's going to buy him so much time to get more extractions out. Okay, bomber, I think, really has to go in on these SCs here. He's going to dump it on the carrier, though. Yeah, I don't know. He can't out damage this. This is a lot of armor. It's quite a bit of healing too. Yeah, these SCs really need to be taken care of. Oh man, it's crippling because I really feel like Cookies actually could easily beat this with bombers. I know A-Game is saying not really, but I think that bombers are actually a pretty good answer to this. But Just not quite this way. He's not quite playing this right. Power 5 on the way from MarchWaden, by the way. He's got full power and armor now. He doesn't really have any damage, though. Other than, like, the SCs, I guess, are doing some damage to Cookie's carrier here. Yeah, I agree with that statement. Yeah, this double extract is going to be huge too, though. Because once the double extract comes out with power 5, this is going to be a lot of power into weapons. Okay, there's one extract. Powers up the healing, actually. I really like that call, just to keep these SCs alive. And another one pops out. 2 more pop out. Yeah, at this point, there's not really any chance of out DPSing these SCs. And this will be the game-winning artifact right here as well, you have to notice. I wonder at what point MarchWaden goes for SC anti-air as well, to be honest with you. The power 5 is done now. He doesn't even need that nuke, but he can use it if he can find like a window for it. I don't know where this SC is going. Yeah, I think he may have. For sure though, if Cookies had stopped the base runners, I think this would be over. Because that anti-air turret post would never have gotten set up. And then once MarchWaden started making missile batteries, you just kill them immediately, right? So there's no anti-air for MarchWaden. And then when he makes SCs, you just kill them first too. I think you win that game. Well, yeah, but you can kill him faster than you can build him, I think. Darn, man, it's crippling. Well, MarchWaden does take the game, and that's going to be the series, in fact. Oh, and he has BC tech done, so he's going to start building. Oh, he actually popped one out. Yeah, well, if the carrier wouldn't do it on its own, then that'll do it too. Darn, I really feel like Cookies could have had it, but... This is something winding down here. That's a crazy sound. He put up a good fight, though. And MarchWaden, of course, you know, probably 4th best in the game right now, so... To be able to beat him like this, in one of the games, not bad at all. He definitely put up a fight, so I'd say good games from both players here. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll catch you next time. But that'll be the end of the stream today.